It's incredible. It's the perfect size, the size of a football. Soup for my family. It's unbelievable.
Good level.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Like the Verizon guy?
Yeah, just like the Verizon guy.
Now the Sprint guy. He transitioned.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's Sprint now, and Sprint's now T-Mobile, and everything's fucked.
Damn.
Yeah, dog.
What happens to that guy now? Do they just take him out back and kill
he's
him?
gone. He's going to start hawking for Boost Mobile now.
That's probably a right move, you know? People are not going to want to sign contracts anymore. You got to go for phone cards or whatever the hell Boost does.
Yeah, phone cars.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom is right. Hey, let's take a moment to cheers each other. Cheers, John Correct. Thank you for always having me on your podcast.
Yeah? Is it mine now?
Oh, man, I just don't want any part of what's going to happen today.
Just today? You're good with the last 17 episodes.
Oh, yeah, I don't care about those things. But today, man, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. My pants.
Well, I'm excited to hear about it.
Yeah, no. So more Cincinnati comedy drama if you want to listen to it.
Whoa, all right. Damn. Coming in hot.
Oh, dude, we're smoke shows. Come on, dog. It's all smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm smoking. For a while now, ever since that thing happened at my mic, and I've started making rules for it, saying like no, like hateful speech at my open mic.
Or harassing people who are on the open mic.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't fucking say horrible shit at my mic and then expect to get laughs and then just leave.
Hey, but it's a joke, bro. It's a joke. That's what comedy's about.
Okay. I'm looking at this bleep right here, and he's looking like a bleep, right?
They kicked me out for making people laugh.
Yeah.
What kind of comedy club is this?
Oh, shit. That's too true. Anyway, so I always make those rules on each post every Thursday. And lately I was at another person's open mic, and they were like, yeah, we can't shit on people in the audience. They said we can shit on people in the audience here because this isn't John Holmes' open mic. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm restricting speech or something? I'm gonna be like, yeah, dude, freedom isn't free and free speech isn't without repercussions.
See, I knew what this whole hammer and sickle thing was about. It's about killing freedom.
Yep, I'm a tanky. You got it. But yeah, so now I'm getting attacked by people being like, oh, don't go to John Holmes' mic if you don't want, if you can't, if you can't get through yourself without calling the audience a fucking bunch of R words.
Ah, all right. They're right. They are right.
Yeah, they're right. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying like it's getting annoying that I'm now the bad guy. But here's the other flip side to that. Is that last week I had a first person come out. I will mention her name's Lane Pruitt. First timer in stand up, or maybe not performing, but definitely in stand up. But she's a great act, and I hope I'm not misgendering her.
Just say them.
But they are a great act. They were great, and they said thank you because they thought they were insecure about coming out to an open mic because they thought they would be made fun of or something. And it's like, no, that's exactly what I don't want to have happen. So I'm glad she chose my mic to come out to, or they chose my mic to come out to.
Yeah, I mean that's why this kind of shit is important, and just letting the loudmouth assholes that they're not going to be anything, and if they are, it's going to be the result of them changing.
Yeah. So yeah, I really don't care. I mean, take all the shots you want at me, but don't say it at my shows. That's just the fucking rule. Them's the rules.
And I also like the idea that he's like, oh, you're not allowed to talk to the audience at this open mic. It's like, I mean, it's an open mic. If you got to go into the audience at the open mic,
I know, right? If you're doing crowd work at like a mostly comic open mic, no one wants to hear what you have to say. No one wants to see you perfect your crowd work on a bunch of comics who are just waiting to go up.
Dude, that's something that I really dislike about the open mics that I've gone to here in Atlanta is that there's a lot of that. Like the first comedian that goes up at an open mic that has 2 actual people at it, within minutes of their set starting, starts talking to the crowd that's there. And I've never seen them get antagonized to the point of leaving.
Yeah.
But like, all you're doing is you're just setting the stage for an awkward night for these people now. Like just do your fucking act. Like I just can't. There's a lot.
I don't like it either.
There's definitely a lot more interaction with crowds at shows here, which I think maybe is lacking in Cincinnati, and it's a skill that everybody needs to have. And I don't know if I necessarily do.
Completely agree.
But in the situation that you're talking about, and most of these times it's been that situation where there's like 2 actual audience members. And like a bunch of comedians talk to them, and it's like, you're not like, just stop. You're not just do your act, do the bits that you came here to do, and get off stage.
I know, right? And if you don't have any bits to do, then why are you coming here in the first place?
Don't waste everyone's time.
Yeah, don't waste everyone's time. But just by going after 2 people who are trying to eat their meal, or maybe just watch a little bit, have a little light conversation. Don't, especially if it's at like a bar that's like, not aware that there's going to be a comedy show.
Yeah, that they're not there for it.
Yeah, just leave them alone. As long as you're not, as long as they're not antagonizing you, don't just leave them alone.
Yeah,
let them have their dinner, unless they're like being a complete asshole, shouting shit out, ruining the show. And then, in which case, it's still not your duty to do that. It's the host's duty to do that.
Right. And on the flip side, I have seen comics be I've definitely seen, myself included, comics get very frazzled by people like that. People who are in the bar, didn't know comedy was happening, aren't responding to the fact that comedy's happening. They're continuing on with their day. I've definitely seen there's much less of a tendency in the comics at shows that I've been to around here to like actually lash out at those people, but instead to just ignore them and be like, well, they didn't come for this. My shit doesn't actually matter. So like,
white male privilege echo chamber. That's our podcast. Like and subscribe.
Or unsubscribe. Go for it. Who cares?
Yeah.
We're not getting paid for this.
Oh, wait, you're not?
No, are you?
Oh, yeah. A lot.
Who from?
You, I thought. An anonymous donor tips me $100 on my OnlyFans every month, so I figured it was you.
Oh, that's pretty nice. It's not. That's somebody else, man. So, thank you to whoever that is.
Wait a second. If it's not you, then who is it? Because I always get a tip on my OnlyFans, and it says, it's usually like on my dick pics or whatever, and it always says, thanks for making me laugh. And I'm like, oh, that's John Schreck, of course. That's not you? Wow.
Not me.
I wonder who else I've made laugh.
It's so many people, it's going to be hard to nail it down, John.
Yeah, I know, right? I just thought it was some form of Patreon.
It could be a patron. I don't know.
We should make a Patreon episode and make people pay for this shit. Oh, the idea of this being anything that people want to listen to and pay for is hilarious to me. No offense.
Yes, I mean, if you are listening to this, yikes.
Yikes, I'm getting canceled.
I edit these things on mute, and whatever gets cut out, whatever stays, no matter what context, I have no idea, because I refuse to listen to this bullshit.
This white liberal bullshit. Have you ever had a tweet that you think should have received a lot? Well, yeah, now look who I'm talking to.
Yeah, every one of them.
Yeah, I know, right? Every single one. I once wrote a tweet that said most Republicans now are. This was like probably 10 years ago, and it was just
That
it
was before
just.
Twitter existed. 10
I know,
years?
right? 10
It's a
years, man.
lifetime.
Twitter was around 10 years ago. I've been on it
Yeah, I
for
know.
12.
Yep. Me too.
Uh, but it just said, I don't understand. Like all Republican logic just sounds to me like I want to go back to a time when I could trust white teenagers. All right, maybe it wasn't as good as I thought. Thank you for correcting me, John. Correct.
Well, I'm trying to think of why you would ever trust a white teenager. Have you seen Stand By Me or any?
Don't trust teenagers. Don't trust teenagers is the gist I was trying to go with it.
Yeah. Ah,
I
shit.
want an Eddie Haskell, boy of all, just a brown nosing white teenager. That's what I want to go back
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
When he was
Back.
only
Yeah.
speeding
Back.
around in race cars.
Back to that time that never actually existed.
Exactly.
Leave It to Beaver era. Back.
Exactly.
That was something I watched. There was something I saw recently. It was about that kind of shit specifically, and it was showing like the America that like who you're talking about want to go back to, and it's like Leave It to Beaver, which came out at a time when like all of this societal change was actually happening, and all
Yeah,
of
dude.
it, and that was just like a snapshot of like here's how things used to be. It wasn't actually ever like this. This
No,
was
it was
just a
on
TV
TV.
show.
It was fake.
It's just a TV show like during the early civil rights movement.
Yep. Like, like people are trusting TV as history. It's like, no, motherfucker. Ozzie and Harriet isn't history. It was just a TV show made for
For
people.
MTV, The
For
Osbournes. I loved that show. Talking about Mushmouths, the OG.
Yeah,
Ozzy.
that guy cannot talk.
Sharon, remember the early 2000s when I got more famous than I was in the 80s or whatever? Ozzy was famous. I don't even know.
Black Sabbath, buddy.
I knew he was in Black Sabbath, but like, was that the peak of his fame? Was probably bigger for.
Well, no, he
MTV,
left
right?
Black Sabbath because he was real. He was like bigger than them.
And I think probably. Yeah,
And he
maybe that's
wanted-
why. That's probably why.
Maybe he wanted to go a different way with the music because he really didn't. He just kind of stayed the Prince of Darkness.
He was off the rails on the crazy train, man.
There it is.
That's what happened. He went off the rails. Yeah, there's so many people. I mean, we are such a propagandized population, myself included, I'm sure to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Especially like advertising and stuff, particularly for myself. But we're just like, we're talking about that guy a few weeks ago who was like, white men just can't catch a break. We've had such a hard year. Like we're constantly under attack. It's like, that's all because of TV.
Yeah.
And the dipshits that you've chosen to listen to and get like your marching orders feels like too strong of a word, but like,
Yeah.
they did storm the Capitol. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
You're
too
right.
many people just take their shit from TV and these stupid fucking TV hosts. Like that's who these news people are. They're TV hosts.
Yeah.
That's all they are. They're not
just talking
actual.
heads.
They're not like investigative journalists or people with integrity. They're just fucking
Remember
Bob
when
Barker.
Remember when Dan Rather had to resign?
barely. I don't even remember.
Oh my
No,
God.
I don't
All right.
actually.
I forget you're only 4. This happened in the second George W. Bush election.
Okay, during the election.
During the election, he came out with this thing that said George W. Bush, something about he went AWOL for a couple days during his National Guard duty, and then the right wing went after this story. He published this story on his news and saying like he was because he was bringing us to another war, and they were like. And everyone was like how, you're a draft dodger, because he.
Okay.
Like
So
how could you make this war? They found this report that said he went AWOL or something, and then Dan Rather went with it, not investigating it fully,
hmm,
and and it turned out to be fake. I mean, it turned out that it might not have been 100% true, but it was like, and there were people who were like, this type of comma was written on this special typewriter that wasn't made until 1982, and this was supposed to happen back in 1974. And it's like it was all this weird shit that people were like. So Dan Rather had to resign as a nightly newsman, which really sucks because he's an accurate and honest man, but he fucked up one time and he had to get off. Can you imagine if Tucker Carlson had to get off every time he made a mistake of publishing something, like anybody on Fox News? If they had to resign,
they have the balls to cry about cancel culture.
Yeah, I know, right? Can you imagine if he had to resign because he lied about something, or not even just lied, reported false information, which they do all the time,
constantly.
Although I've learned one thing from Fox News. Oh yeah, I've realized that it's not libel if you end it with a question mark.
Yeah. I was just asking a question.
Yeah, so it's like, so you can have a headline on Fox News that's just like Tucker Carlson sucks dick. and then that's not liable because you're just asking a question.
Yeah. Or it's not liable because it was a mistype and you accidentally meant to put an exclamation point, not a question mark.
Yeah, sucks
and
dick.
A typo is basically it's basically covered under parody law. A typo, it's like it's not even illegal. It's fine.
Nothing's illegal. Nothing's illegal. Let's bring out the Sterner.
The what?
The Max Sterner. Do you know Max Sterner?
No, is that a comedian?
No, he was a philosopher. Talks about mostly just like taking what you want. Fuck the state. Support
but
yourself.
If you try, sometimes you take what you need.
Yeah. You get it. I'm trying to have deep philosophical education on this podcast, and all you want to do is fucking quote Rolling Stone lyrics.
I thought that was a Queen song.
Goddamn. You're just rattling the cage, John. Rattling the cage.
Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Also, how about this for speaking of can't stop, won't stop, Conan retired this week.
He did. I didn't even know that was on its way, and then everyone's posting their sad stories about Conan. I guess they're not sad, but how they're sad.
Yeah. Now they're sad because Conan's gone. He stopped. He did it. He was on late night TV for some like 28 years, 29 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's insane, dude.
Cancel culture strikes again.
Yeah.
Taking down the white man.
Tony. R.I.P. Coco. You shouldn't have touched that man.
No.
Not that way.
I finally just started following Team Coco on Twitter, and bad timing.
Yeah, dude.
Followed him on Wednesday.
The last show was Thursday. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I mean,
been a big fan since Wednesday. I love everything that they do.
Yeah. You are such a fucking piece of shit. I loved Conan growing up. I remember getting him in 1996 when I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
In that late show at 12:30.
I don't think I was awake that late ever before the age of like maybe 10 actually. 10.
10. Well, 10's when I would start getting into. This is when I started getting into like around that time. It was like Mad TV and
scramble porn.
Gotta flog away. You know what I'm saying? Scramble porn, MTV, Mad TV, and SNL.
HGTV.
Oh, I don't think that was in the network yet.
Probably not.
Home
HD TV, that didn't exist yet.
Nope.
BET,
Yeah, that was around.
SUV,
Mm-hmm. We had those.
micro TV dinners, microwave.
Yeah, microwave. There you go.
I'm on fire right now, John. I'm
Dude,
half
you're
awake.
killing the game. You're crushing the game. You're destroying, and it's not even fair. How can I compete? It's not fair. I might just quit. Drop the
You might
mic.
as well.
Got it.
That was smooth. Saw it happen in real time. It is the middle.
Yeah.
It is the middle of the day. It's the hottest part of the day, and this room is not well ventilated.
Uh-oh. He's
I-
sweating.
I work out here though, so I'll get over it.
Yeah, it is. Let's be clear. It is a little earlier than we do normally podcast. It's about 3:30. And I just finished a nice vodka and ginger ale. And now I'm on
Nice.
to a vodka and a vodka soda, brah.
Oh, Canteen, is that local?
No.
Okay, I feel like I've
It's
seen it
just-
around.
it's
That's why I was
cheap
wondering.
Alcoholic drink. I don't know
Okay.
about cheap, but Canteen, they're around here.
I've got a Kroger Fizz & Co. seltzer that tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, aren't you special?
I can't start. I have a show in 2.5 hours. If I drink, I'll fuck it up.
Yeah,
more
I
than
know
already
you.
am going
I
to.
don't. I just have to go to shows. No one wants to book me on anything right now.
Well, it's because you won't let him talk, John. You can't even do comedy in front of John Holmes. He'll just cancel you for it. Damn
Yeah,
commies.
that's right. Exactly. I'm a hard-nosed motherfucker.
Hard nosed. I do have a show tonight. I'm excited for it. It's outdoors, so it's going to be hot as hell. Should I wear shorts or not? That's the question I have for you, John. You get to decide. No. Okay. I wasn't going. I was probably not going to anyways, but if you said to, I would do it.
No. I love your Cubbies hat. Love that Cubbies hat you're wearing. But no, do not wear shorts on stage. I don't care if it's 90 degrees out, John. You've done brouhaha. You wear motherfucking long pants.
Yeah, but if brouhaha was happening this year, everybody would be wearing shorts.
Well,
For-
I would
that
not.
shit's out.
I
That
would
shit's
not.
out.
I don't care.
The shorts on stage thing is out. It's over.
If it's an open mic, who gives a shit? But if it's a booked show and you're getting paid, yeah, look somewhat respectable.
If it's indoor, I agree. If it's indoors, if it's especially if it's a club,
Yeah.
don't wear shorts. You look like an asshole. There's just something that looks weird. But yeah, I've worn shorts around to a couple things. But yeah, tonight definitely gonna put on some pants.
Hell yeah. Get them jeans on, girl.
Jeans out. Jeans in the hot is a nightmare though. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I'm
So,
wearing jeans
I wear my
as we
joggers.
record this. And I had to turn my air conditioner off. You think I'm comfortable right now, John Freck?
That's a mistake. I'm wearing Fabletics. Fabletics shorts. Hot balls. I had there was nothing weird about my week, but
Yeah.
mentally I was going through the shit. I went out on Tuesday and bombed pretty hard at a couple mics. I mean, it's bombed pretty hard. When I say bombed, I mean that like I was trying new stuff and was fumbling through it. I don't care about the
Yeah,
audience
yeah.
reaction. I mean
Oh, okay.
the way that I was delivering.
Yeah.
And felt very shitty. And I was out super late. And I was just like complaining to Paige the next day. I was like, this shit doesn't fucking, I don't know if I want to do this shit to like
Yeah.
the amount of grinding and open mics that I'm gonna have to do again.
Oh, dude, come on.
All this bullshit. And I
Yeah.
was like, it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, dude, it sucks.
What else would I be doing? But also like the thing that I'm the most frustrated about is like not going in fully prepared
Yeah.
and wasting my time to a certain extent because I'm fumbling through the stuff. But at the same time, it's not a waste of time because you got to say it for the first time somewhere.
Yeah.
And that was Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Regardless, I was feeling shitty about it. And then I went out the next night and had a fucking great night. And I felt fucking amazing about comedy. I'm just
Yeah, dude, it's a roller coaster.
I'm just role playing, having bipolar, I think is what's happening. Or I really have it and I need to go talk to a fucking doctor. But either way,
yeah, I'm bipolar. I'm bipolar too.
We could both
No,
have it.
No. That means bipolar 2 is when you're schizoaffective.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm pretty cool because I hear things when I'm off my medication.
Ever
Raise
anything
that
cool?
roof. Yeah, I hear cool things like kill yourself and that person's against you. You need to kill them. It's so cool. It's just like a beautiful mind.
That is beautiful. I love that, John. I love that for you. That's very cool, man.
Yeah, man. I'm also a great physicist or whatever he was.
So what is 3? Is that schizo-ineffective disorder?
Yeah, that's when you're normal and you just but you still bitch.
That's me, probably. What was I going to say about Wednesday night, though? Because Wednesday night, so I went to an outdoor open mic, and that was good. I ran some of that dog cat material that I haven't done in so fucking long, like old stuff.
Oh, I remember that joke.
Cats people versus dog people, IQs, all that stuff.
I know how to make my house. How come I know how to make my house not smell like cat shit?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, something
more
like
or
that.
less. Well, I stumbled through it a little bit too, but I was like, you know what? I don't even remember the beats of this bit. So the fact that I did it at all felt great. And then, so that went fine. Hung out for for the remainder of that show. And then I went downtown. I was like kind of out of the way. Then I went downtown to an open mic that just started back up, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
A place called Smith's Old Bar. I walk in, and I mean, it was fucking Saturday night on a Wednesday.
Oh, damn.
It was insane. It was packed with people, loud, bustling bar. You walk in the door, there's comedy happening in this room. Most of the bustling is happening in this other room where the actual bar is. But there's a lot of, it's not a secluded side room. It is just an extension of the main room with a wall. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So the noise is the same in both rooms. It's I'm there. There's like 33 names on the list, but it started like an hour before I got there.
Oh, okay.
So I signed up. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go up. This doesn't seem worth it, but I'm hungry and I'm here. So fuck it. I'll at least get food, hang out, support the show, and then we'll see what happens after I'm done eating. First of all, like I said, bar is crowded as hell. Like I realized almost immediately, I'm like, I do not miss being in a crowded bar. At least in the context of like, there's one bar for like 200-300 people, however many it was.
Yeah.
One bar with like bartenders running all over the place. You're trying to catch their eye contact, just standing there for like 10-15 minutes, just waiting and waiting. Just like three rows of people deep, like around the bar, just waiting.
Jesus.
It's like, this is a fucking nightmare. I hate this so much. But the night ended up being really fun.
How so?
So I finally order food, a drink. I sit down. It's crazy loud. I'm watching like several comedians in a row, just like they're talking into a microphone, but it is not all that apparent that they are speaking into a microphone. Like, that's how loud it is.
Yeah, dude. Damn.
And there's some people paying attention, and then some comics will go up and they're messing with the audience, which is kind of what some of the audience wanted, because they weren't really an audience for the most part. They were just people who were there.
Okay.
It was a weird ass situation, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do up there, but I'm gonna do something. We'll find out. Yeah. And then, so the Hawks Bucks first game was on. The Eastern Championship game is on. Of course, dude. Once the second half starts, it starts getting really rowdy in there. And then, they're getting near the end of the game, and it's like the crowd's popping every time they score. Like, the entire bar is just popping. So the comics are kind of interacting with that. Some of the comics are like doing commentary for the game. Some comedians are just trying their material and bombing and, whatever. Might have been what I would have ended up doing. I don't know what I would have done if I was up in that situation, but Eventually the game ends, and there's 2 comics left, 1 comic, and then me. So the game's over.
Hell yeah.
The game's over, which is great. And like honestly, like watching the end of the game in such a crowded bar was a lot of fun and like crazy and exciting. And I was anxious the whole time about COVID because who knows?
Yeah, dude.
But it was great. And then I'm like, all right, well the game's over, so it's going to be a way better situation than when I walked into this fucking bar if I had gone up then.
Yeah.
And again, I just did old stuff, like just, I don't even know, like just random shit, like my old openers and stuff, like about alcohol and weed and shit.
Yeah.
And there's 2 people listening, watching, and laughing. And I was like, win. Can actually hear me talking. That's nice.
Yeah. Count it.
I don't think there was anything else I wanted to say about that specifically, but like even after my set, I'm like trying to close out my tab and I had to stand there for like 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Just to get the fucking, just there's just so many people.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, I do not want to go to a fucking bar ever again. Like this is a nightmare.
Such an agoraphobe.
I guess.
You're just going to stay inside, do your Zoom shows.
I never did one Zoom show, and I'm proud of that fact.
Show?
Nope.
Oh my god, I did some Zoom shows. Some were good, some were bad.
Did they ask you to do them, or did you reach out?
Oh no, they asked me.
Yeah, no one asked me.
Ah.
If I'd been asked, might have said yes, but I wasn't gonna send. I'm not sending avails for a fucking Zoom show. So
that's true. That's true. I also did a couple Zoom open mics. Those are actually a lot more fun than the Zoom shows actually.
Yeah, probably because it's all comics and they got their mics unmuted and people are just
no.
around, right?
Everyone had their mics, but it was the shit you started at Go Bananas and stuff. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I did it. I did a couple weeks and then bailed on it.
And then quickly left. Those were the good weeks. And then like some other people took over. And then it was like, okay, this is like every week. Okay, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, after the second week, I was like, okay, nobody needs this. This isn't helping anybody.
It was helping, though. It was helping the community, John Shrek. You have to look out for yourself. Yeah, it was. I was devastated, dude. I had to learn how to cry during quarantine. That's how much I miss comedy. I had to learn that, fucker.
Yeah, you had to learn.
Yeah, I don't cry. Wait, you think I cry? Okay, I didn't get this beard and reputation just from crying about it, John Shrek. I honestly, before quarantine, before last year, I probably cried maybe like 50 times in 20 years.
Okay.
So like maybe like 1.3 a year.
So you really bumped that number up in 2020, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now I can't stop crying.
Oh, even in the new year, halfway through.
Yeah. So much, man. It's just so hard. Talking about my dick. No, I've never been one to cry. Unless I'm extremely hammered, then I might cry uncontrollably.
Yeah, I mostly just cry when I'm watching an NBC comedy.
Men behaving badly. Thank you for making me cry about comedy.
No, I mostly meant just like The Office, Parks and Rec,
okay.
Modern Family. Those shows all have made me cry.
I think Modern Family is ABC though, buddy.
It was okay. So it aired on ABC, but I'm pretty sure that's one of those shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine that was like owned by NBC, but it just aired on a different network because it's now on Peacock.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Could be wrong about that. I know it's on Peacock. I could be wrong about the other part, but
that is
I think that's the case.
You have Peacock?
Yes.
Man, I used to love the old NBC app where you could just watch all their shows for free.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was the best one. But I mean, I don't think they had The Office or like Brooklyn Nine-Nine on there. But they did have like the $6 Million Man and Knight Rider and the
All the
Incredible
shows from
Hulk
your
and
the
oh yeah,
shows from your
there's
childhood.
yeah, dog. Love Knight Rider. I mean, $6 Million Man was a little bit before my time as an adult or child,
Mm-hmm.
but I watch it for the suits, dog, and it's a dumb show that I can watch.
If they adjusted that show for inflation, it would be the
Billion.
$8 million man. I don't know how inflation works.
No, you don't. But
Yeah, you have to like pump it. You pump it like a car, like a
like
thing.
them Reeboks. You got to pump
Inflate
it
it.
up.
Yeah, like a.
I know, but I did write a sketch once for Future Science. You can see right there.
Yeah, it's the second time you pointed it out.
Future Science. I once wrote a sketch for them that was the $6 Million Man, but but the $6 million was just for a liver transplant. It's like, yeah, man, medical bills be a bitch. You know?
That's good. It's a funny premise.
Thank you.
I don't know if I was at that one or not,
I
but
don't think so. You never went out much on Sundays.
no, it was. I don't know why I didn't. I think it's just because it was Sunday, and I'm like, it's late, and I gotta go. I gotta get up.
Yeah.
And I also feel like that show started around the same time that Paige and I started dating, and like Sunday is when we would hang out.
Whoa,
Most
have
of
you
the
been
time.
together for that long?
Coming up
Well,
on 6 years,
6 years? Wow. Nice.
almost.
Nice. Sarah and I are celebrating our 5-year marriage anniversary in the middle in about like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Nice. You guys gonna go to the Rosedale or whatever the fuck that place is called now, and
Oh yeah,
relive the
maybe that'd
magic?
be a good idea.
Yeah, be
Go to
fun.
Rosedale.
Be a fun old time. It's crazy how much that was like the bar
Yeah,
to
dude.
go to when it was Neons.
Yeah.
And now that OTR is what it is, there's not really a the bar anymore. It's just
Well, I mean, yeah. Motor came
neighborhood.
back. Motor's back open.
yeah. They opened when I was in town. I thought about going down that day they opened, but then we didn't.
Yeah.
Which is a
Well,
great,
you know,
always a
you're,
great, always a great story to share. It's like I was gonna do that and then I didn't.
Oh man, here's
The
the
end.
one thing. I was supposed to care about you, but I forgot. So, it's kind of out the window now.
Throw it out with the bath, baby.
Yes. Don't throw the bath baby out with the bath. What was that old saying?
I don't remember.
Something about don't throw the baby out with the bath.
Don't drown your baby unless it's in the bathtub.
Don't drown your baby unless Satan tells you to.
It's not illegal if a voice in your head says to do it.
Yeah, dog. Don't I know it?
Where you think I learned it?
Where do you think why do you think I've killed so many people? If you wink when you say something, it means it's maybe not true.
And if you say wink while you wink, it's like putting the wink in italics.
Yeah. It's like you got to pay attention to this wink.
Wink. Audio visual. That's one away from being 3D. That's 2D.
Man, that's 2D, dog.
You see it, you hear it. If you smelled it, that would be 3D. Whoa, the sun sun just went behind a cloud and my lighting in here really changed a lot.
Oh yeah, it's so dramatic now.
Oh, I like it. It's gritty and film noir in color.
Yeah, film noir, exactly.
Film noir.
I love film noir.
Do you know anything about this John McAfee guy?
Oh yeah, I do. I've watched
Yeah?
a couple documentaries on him before. I've seen
Really?
documentaries about. Yeah. Dude's a fucking loon. All right. Do you remember when he tried like? I watched this one documentary that just exposed what a piece of shit he was.
Yeah.
And then I watched another one where they were like trying to like interview him the whole time, but he wouldn't reach out. But they still like did this whole like on other people's footage and like cops footage and like all this.
Yeah.
I mean, dude was wild. Like, just like it would like would fucking would get arrested with like $12,000 on him with and like a bunch of guns and no drugs, amazingly. But then and then
It's
he
not
would
about that life.
and then just get bailed out and then just flee to Belize or something like that.
Yeah.
He was so rich and could just do whatever the fuck he wanted.
That's crazy. I really, I honestly don't really know anything about him, other than that he was suicided this week.
Yeah, dude.
Allegedly. The only thing I really know about him is that he died this week, and he had a whole thing for several years. He's been saying, "Hey, I'm not suicidal. I will never kill myself. If it is ever appears that I have killed myself, someone else has killed me." It's like,
yeah.
He straight up said that. And he apparently, I don't know how much validity this has to it, but had something set. This is again from a couple years ago, but he said that he has some sort of trigger that if he dies and it's like under these nefarious circumstances, that all of these like millions of gigabytes or terabytes of like information will be released, and all of these like documents that are going to fuck with the status quo or something. I don't know.
Oh, I hope so.
Haven't heard an update on that if that's true, but he definitely said that was true back, in 2018 or something.
You remember when he ran for president back in 2016?
No, actually I don't.
Yeah, I think he was Libertarian Party, maybe.
Yeah, I know he was a libertarian guy.
Yeah, I think he was Libertarian Party or something, and then he ran for president against Trump and Bernie Sanders.
Against our president.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders.
No, the other one.
Oh, Hillary?
We dare not speak its name.
Oh, yeah.
It
rhymes with Trump.
Gump.
I don't know why nobody called him Donald Trump.
It's because everyone called him Drumpf.
Yeah, Trump, which is
him.
That's the fucking bad liberals' take on trying to be like, oh, this is biting. We'll call him Trump. It's like
he's gonna hate it.
Yeah.
He hates this image on the internet. He wants to delete it from the internet, share it to embarrass him.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna do it.
There was so much of that shit for the entirety of his presidency. That's the shit that libs were doing instead of like,
dude, instead of actually educating, agitating, organizing.
That, or like actually complaining about the real bad shit he was doing.
Oh yeah. Actually holding him accountable. Yeah, that's not how politics in this nation works.
No, I mean, the one thing that they actually did talk about that was important was, the kids in cages and everything going on at the border.
Yeah, dude.
And now that Biden is ramping up those efforts and putting more money into ICE, radio silence. Don't give a shit anymore. Doesn't matter.
That's one of the worst things we're doing, and I mean, well, worse being a comparative scale.
Yeah.
But that shit is just so bad. And then Biden just ramping it up. And it's like, what the fuck is going on, dude? We need to end this.
Like, oh, but they're not separating them from parents anymore or whatever. It's like,
so
okay, that makes it better. Yeah. Okay, great.
So they can die together. That's great, man. How about they don't die? How
about we stop fucking locking them up? Just let them. Who gives it? Who cares? Who cares? None of this matters.
Who gives a shit?
Oh, so much crime is going to come through. So much crime and guns and drugs.
Listen, we just lost. I saw this the other day. This kind of talking point about the fact that everyone's talking about labor shortage in this nation, like it's Gen Z's not willing to settle for $7.50 an hour, which good
they're
for
not.
them. Fuck off.
Good. Yeah, they shouldn't.
Cheers to that.
Neither should you. None of us should.
I'll crack one open for that idea. Get a
I'll finish
living
this
wage.
seltzer.
Get a living wage. Don't settle for corporate greed and monstrosity.
Get the bag. Secure the
But
bag.
it's also there's also a problem, but no one's addressing the fact that we just lost like 600,000 people to COVID
Right.
in a year. Like, yeah, that's a significant drop of people who were able to work that are now dead.
And got it because they couldn't not work, and you made them
Yeah.
go back in without any real protections.
No,
And
shit.
acted like an asshole at the market when they asked you to put a mask on.
Yeah, dude. And it's the money that the corporate greed is just hoarding that's not being distributed properly.
Uh-huh.
It's the fact that we've lost a lot of people who could work or were willing to work this past year. And it's the fact that no one should be doing this shit. And it's the fact that like we were talking about the migrants. If they're coming over here, yeah, let them come over. We got a bunch of jobs. Labor shortage, motherfucker.
You keep complaining that people won't accept shitty wages. Well, you know who's going to accept a shitty wage? They are.
Yeah.
So which is it going to be,
Who do you
pal?
think was doing the majority of these shitty jobs in the first place? It wasn't suburban teens. All right? They weren't going out into the fields to fucking break their backs on picking fruits or whatever, or grapes.
Yeah, or doing like a lot of like back of house work. Like when I worked at Bob Evans, there were many probably undocumented immigrants working back there. Like it's just how like they want, and that's management's okay with that. They're just like, we don't ask so many questions.
Yeah, dude. I mean, then people are bitching about it.
It's hilarious. These are all the people that are like America first, but not like giving them a fair wage. And no, we're also not going to let the immigrants come in and do it for the wages that we're willing to provide. But America first, though.
America first. Buy American. I buy American. I eat at Bob Evans and Cracker Barrel.
Which are really the same place when you get right down to it.
It's very much the same place.
Yeah, Bob Evans is like if Cracker Barrel just like phoned it in, you know what I mean? Just like the shitty little general store up front, like all the food is, frozen, which probably is the case for Cracker Barrel too.
Yeah, dude, all the food's frozen. You just heat it up in a microwave.
Yeah, it's all in a bag and they, warm it up wherever. They deep fry it, they throw it on a grill, whatever.
Yeah, dude. That's 98% of what all fast food, or not even fast food, but dining chain restaurants. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, like a place that everybody loves, Cheesecake Factory. Like all of their food.
Yeah, dude, that's all food
frozen,
fake.
And people are paying like $30 for a fucking entree that came from a microwave frozen bag. It's not microwave, but
Yeah, no, but that is exactly, dude. I used to work at Red. Oh, I don't know if I should be able to say this. Maybe I'll just say Red L.
Okay.
No, wait, that's too obvious.
The Red Lighthouse.
Let's change it to our Lobster.
Okay.
I worked at our Lobster. and that food was, I was back at house because I was like, I'd like to be a server, and they were like, ha ha, you're gonna be back at house. Look at you, look at yourself in the mirror, and then tell us you deserve to bring people's food.
Come on, I look like a sea captain. I fit the facade. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
I look like I'm made of a Cheddar Bay biscuit.
Yeah, working there was wild because everything was just thrown in the microwave or thrown on a pan or thrown in the deep fryer. Nothing was fucking actually cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, like microwave cooked, yeah, but I mean deep fried cooked, but it's not, I mean, it wasn't coming out cold, but I'm saying like nothing was actually like, let me get the good cut of steak.
Yeah, that's the thing about like a steak. Like a steak, I don't like. Why? How are you gonna? Because Red Lobster's not like cheap. It's an expensive trip. Because I found out a few. I've only been to Red Lobster a couple times. Definitely never have paid. It's like been like I've been brought to Red Lobster like when I was growing up or whatever. But I found it was a guy that I used to work with. And I think he was telling us about like his first date with his fiance. He'd just gotten engaged, and we're like asking how they met, and he was like, well, I wanted to be really fancy, so I took her to Red Lobster, and I laughed because I thought that that was like a laugh line, like that it's fancy, and now nope, it's it's fancy.
Yeah, that's fancy.
It's expensive, so that's
it's expensive.
It's at least
it's not fancy.
Yes, yes.
Expensive
but,
and fancy are not the same things.
But suburbanites in anywhere are gonna equate expensive with fancy. So
yeah, dude.
Red Lobster's fancy for Cincinnati suburbanites.
Yeah. I will say the wealthiest, not the richest I've ever been, but the wealthiest I've ever felt was working there. And then at the end of the day, they would have these trays of just Cheddar Bay Biscuits, right? That they made. Yeah. But I mean, it's closed. We're closed. We don't save them. So what I would do, I would take one bite, throw it away. One bite, throw it away. Just like a king shit, Just doing king shit.
That is
like
king
Red
shit.
Lobster. Just taking one bite and being like, that's not good. Let's try this one. No.
Just wiping your nose with a $20 bill and rolling it up and tossing it.
I just wiped myself with my $5 check and walked out.
You threw away more in product than they paid you that day.
Oh, I'm sure.
Man, now I'm thinking taking home a Cheddar Bay biscuit, cutting it in half, making a breakfast sandwich on one of those bad boys. Hot damn.
Great. Yeah. Let's
incredible.
Riddle it.
Love a breakfast sandwich.
Who doesn't? I'm a big breakfast burrito guy. Okay. Love breakfast burrito.
You got to go to? You got to go to on what you're putting on there?
I mean, it's anything they can get, anything they can shove inside a burrito, I'll eat. You got to have eggs, bacon, maybe some hash browns.
Okay, so you're not making these breakfast burritos.
No, I'm not. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. Whenever I see a breakfast burrito on the menu, I'm like, yep, that's
give me that. I want that one.
I want that. If we ever go out to brunch and I see a breakfast burrito, I'm like, bingo, fuck yeah.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
I love playing the bongos with my breakfast burrito.
This is not comedy related, but we do talk about politics.
What are you gonna say to me? You gonna step? You gonna step to me?
Yeah. Mike Gravel, Senator Mike Gravel, former senator of Alaska, passed away, I think, last night. He's 91 years old.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Goodbye, you old bitch.
Yeah, dude. He was probably a senator in Alaska for probably like 50 years. Fuck that old guy.
No, he wasn't. Do you do you know Mike Gravel?
No, I don't. I just know that he was in a position of power and probably fucked things up. Or did he not?
No, he's the opposite. He's the one that read the Pentagon Papers into the Senate record. To Daniel Ellsberg, the whistleblower. I don't know exactly the specifics of how it works, but I think he was like, I watched another video. I was going to play the videos. I'll plug the audio in maybe.
East Asia policy.
I was frightened to death over releasing the Pentagon Papers. I had no idea whether I was going to prison. All I could think of was my country is killing people. We're maiming Americans, and this is terrible. And so I was overcome with emotion, not patriotism, just emotion of something you love dearly that has gone astray.
He continued until exhaustion and emotion overcame him after 1 o'clock this morning.
I collected myself, and I asked, now, Keep in mind, I'm the only one on the committee. I ask unanimous consent to put all of these papers into the record, and I've got the gavel, and I slam it, and I say, hearing no objection, so ordered. That's it. Papers are out. They're in the Senate record.
Or I'll put a link to them.
Yeah.
But I saw a video today that he was talking about how fearful he was when he did that, because he didn't know if like he was going to end up in federal prison for doing that, because he's literally he's reading leaked documents from the CIA, FBI, the Pentagon.
DOJ.
And yeah.
Or DOD.
So but regardless, so that was a huge thing that he did. And also he ran for president in 2008. He actually ran, he did a very short campaign in 2019 for the 2020 election during the primaries, knowing full well that he was going to be way too old for it, but he wanted to agitate. He wanted to agitate, and he did so. They did not let him on the debate stage, but he was on the debate stage in 2008, 2007, whenever that was, when Bush was still president. And there's this great clip that I was going to play, and you know what? I am going to play it. It's going to play.
Do it now.
And then you're not going to be able to comment on it, but what they just saw happen was basically Brian Williams, who was the moderator, asked him because even in 2007, 2008, when he ran with the intention of like, I know I'm not going to win. I just want to agitate. I want to agitate to the left, agitate the party to the left.
Good.
In a pro war and an anti-war stance. So Brian Williams asks him,
Senator Gravel, at a forum earlier this year, I want to get this right. You said it doesn't matter whether you are elected president or not. So then why are you here tonight? Shouldn't debates be for candidates who are in the race to win the race?
Like, if you're not trying to win, then why are you running? And his response is basically like, well, I know I said that, but actually now I do want to win because
Brian, you're right. I made that statement, but that's before I had a chance to stand with them three times. It's like going into the Senate. You know, the first time you get there, you're all excited. My God, how did I ever get here? Then about 6 months later, you say, how the hell did the rest of them get here? And I got to tell you, after standing up with them, some of these people frighten me. They frighten me. When you have mainline candidates that turn around and say that there's nothing off the table with respect to Iran, that's code for using nukes, nuclear devices. I got to tell you, I'm President of the United States. There will be no preemptive wars with nuclear devices. To my mind, it's immoral, and it's been immoral for the last 50 years as part of American foreign policy.
Actually, now I do want to win because spending time around these people frightens me because these people are psychotic. And he asks him to specify. He's like, who on this stage frightens you?
Let's use a little moderator discretion here. Senator Gravel, that's a weighty charge. Who on this stage exactly tonight worries you so much?
Well, I would say the top tier ones. They've made statements. Oh, Joe, I'll include you too. You have a certain arrogance. You want to tell the Iraqis how to run their country. I got to tell you, we should just plain get out. Just plain get out. It's their country. They're asking us to leave, and we insist on staying there. And why not get out? What harm is it going to do? Oh, you hear the statement, well, my God, the soldiers will have died in vain. The entire deaths of Vietnam died in vain. And they're dying in vain right this very second. And you know what's worse than a soldier dying in vain is more soldiers dying in vain.
And he's like, the main ones, Obama, Hillary, and then Biden raises his hand. He doesn't say their names. He just says the top tier ones to start. They're all they're basically all saying we need to go to war with Iran and stay in Iraq. And when he says the top tier ones, Biden raises his hand and he says, oh no, Joe, I'll include you on this too, as if to say he's not a top tier candidate, which great. Just great.
That's so good. I got to look him up. I gotta
yes.
be more informed about Mike.
Yeah, and in 2019, he only had his campaign happen because like there were these two teenage Marxists who like loved him and were like told him he should run, and he's like, if you guys run the campaign, I'll run for whatever that means. So they've gone viral. They now started something called the Gravel Institute, which is like to combat PragerU, which is a right-wing propaganda outlet on YouTube.
Oh, really?
And they play ads and stuff, and they make it seem like it's scientific, but it's actually right-wing propaganda. This is all I'm getting too deep in the weeds, but basically he's a fucking comrade. He died and he lived a very full life agitating for change, anti-war, pro people. So rest in power, King Gravel.
I'm very sorry. I was angry at you for being a politician, but you know, even Lenin was a politician, so we can get that.
So we can get over it. And I understand you're, Alaska.
Right,
you
Gravel?
think Sarah Palin?
Yeah. I was thinking like, because who's the senator in Alaska now? Do you know? I don't know. I just know
it's probably a Republican, right?
They voted Trump, and I just know it was a red state.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's probably true. That's probably true. But yes, Gravel forever.
Nice.
One
Rest
last
in
thing.
power, comrade.
Solidarity.
Fists up. Solidarity, my friend.
Fists up my ass. All right, ending this on a political joke.
Here we go.
This is a headline from the New York Post. Biden says cities should spend leftover COVID funds on hiring cops.
Oh shit!
Hiring cops. Talk about pork barrel spending.
There it is. Bingo.
Boom.
This guy.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
This guy.
And is that the episode? I think it
why
is.
Not? That can be the greatest episode in the world.
It'll end better than it started. I'll tell you that much. Follow John Holmes at John Holmes Lives still.
Yeah. I made that Twitter post. Should I change my name to John Bidet Ramsey?
I know. Did you do it?
And it's still not. I got too much to go with for John Holmes Lives.
You got to keep that brand synergy going. No John Bidet Ramsey. Maybe change food in the beer aisle to John Bidet Ramsey, and
that'd be good. Yeah, that's
see if that gets more follows.
Yeah.
Follow the podcast at Soup for the number family, and because you should, and because I do, and you will too, and we all love the things. When we point, we live, and when we live,
follow John
we die.
Trek at SHREKJOHN. John Trek.
Damn, dude, that was perfect. That was amazing.
I love you, buddy. Have a good night tonight. I will do the same. And thanks for all of you for listening, following, doing everything. Like and subscribe. You know it.
You know it. We know it. And we love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stop recording.